Hey, welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, John Park. I'm not Lady Ada and I'm not PT, but they had some asked if I could fill in, and here I am. And I'm excited to be here because I can't wait to see the stuff you've brought on for Show and Tell. If you're not familiar with Show and Tell, but you've somehow found yourself here watching, well, Show and Tell is where we have members of the community as well as members of the Adafruit team come on and show some stuff they're working on. Take a couple of minutes to show off a project that you're working on, something you finished, something that you're just getting started on, maybe a product you're developing, all those sorts of things. And if you are interested in joining and you don't know how, it's really easy. Just head on over to either the Adafruit blog, you'll see a post of it just went up, or head to our Discord. You can get there by going to adafruit.it/Discord, and you'll get an instant invite. Head over to the live broadcast chat channel, and you'll see a link for this here StreamYard. All you need is a microphone and a camera, and off you go. So let's see. To kick things off, we're going to bring on our very own Liz to see what is new. Hey, Liz.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
I did a project with wireless LEDs. They're wireless LED maracas.
Ah, that's great.
So got two of them. Turn this one on. So at first I had 3D printed an enclosure with translucent filament, but then PT brought up that he thought it'd be good to have one with like clear plastic so you could like really see. And even though this is more traditional crafty and this one's having some struggles because it's had a lot of action the past day or two, I like these a lot better than the 3D printed one because you can't see it. And then the handle is just a toilet paper tube that I wrapped in washi tape.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's how the translucent bauble is just like a Christmas bauble for crafts is on there. And in case people are looking for really good washi tape, the Scotch stuff I can confirm holds up better than random craft store ones.
Oh, nice. So these are wireless LEDs.
Yes.
Tell us how you're powering them.
Yeah, so I've just got a AAA battery pack, so it's 3 AAA batteries, and then I just soldered a JST socket connector to the end of the coil, which you can see is kind of standing up right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just slides conveniently, very nicely into a cardboard tube, and then you're in business.
Until you said something, I did not notice the coil was actually in the interior of the sphere. That's perfect fit. Really nice.
Yeah, and I think this is. I mean, I think we've all seen the like putting into to like models and stuff like that, but I think you know, standing it upright in an enclosure, I hope folks can maybe get inspired to use it for props and things like that.
Really cool.
And then also I did put the little LEDs in clear heat shrink so that they can get knocked around without dying, basically, because it is just a surface mount LED on the top, so it could.
That's a great idea. Yeah, so you've ruggedized them a little bit since you're whacking them all around. This makes me think it might be interesting to do something like fill something with mineral oil and have like
yeah, I brought that up with PT and Lamore that at the holidays maybe we could do like a snow globe thing and make them fly around with a fan or something.
Love it. Really cool. Hey, that's a lot of fun. And it reminds me of Samba de Amigo on GameCube. Did you ever play the rocket game?
Yes, I remember that. That was so good.
Awesome. Well, thanks for bringing that on. Is there a guide in the works already out?
Yeah, a guide went live today, so folks can see how to make it. And I do have the 3D files if you want those, but I also go through how to make your own more DIY style one.
Yeah, and that's a DIY Christmas ornament.
Yeah, with 2 halves and then cardboard tube and washi tape.
That's really terrific. Super fun. I love it, and I'm sure that'll inspire a lot of interesting ideas. Thanks so much for bringing that on, Liz.
No problem. Have a good one.
Yeah. Bye. All right, and next up, we've got Noe. Hey, Noe.
Hey, what's up, JP?
Not too much. Tell me what you're up to, what you're bringing on.
Yeah, so let me share my screen real quick. Okay, overhead time. All right, so I'm wearing these Apple AirPod MAX headphones, and this week, PT had the idea that it'd be fun to make some accessories for it. So we have lots of accessories this week. Headbands and ear covers. So these headphones have these kind of cool knitted mesh canopy, and that makes it really easy so you can install 3D printed accessories like these Lego compatible headbands. So you can just add them to the canopy like that, and it kind of protects it. But the cool thing is that you can now kind of customize your own headbands.
Yeah.
So we have some Lego compatible stuff for that. These are printed in NinjaFlex Cheetah. So it's nice and flexible, but unlike regular Cheetah, you can print it faster, and it tends to have better quality prints too. So this is some really good stuff. It's not as elastic as regular NinjaFlex, but it's got that flexibility to it.
So the Cheetah
so
is a
we got
little
one.
stiffer.
Yeah, we got an Adafruit one, we got Blinka, and of course we have some monster horns, some cat ears, and of course my favorite, the unicorn horn, because we always like making unicorn horns. So we made a guide where we have some guidelines on how to design these sort of headbands, and also how to print these sort of parts. And then for the hard PLA stuff, we did these kind of ear covers. So they print without any supports, and then you can print an additional Lego compatible plate, and then glue those two together. So I got some cutouts here for the various features on the headphone. They just press fit in like that, and they're just going to stay in there. And they're nice and chunky, right? So you can add all sorts of stuff on the sides or whatever. And for Lego stuff, I've been really interested in the Lego dots kits. That's like a bunch of different tiles, single tile studs that have these like beautiful colors and different shapes. So it's like its own design language. So you can like make different combinations of different shapes. So this kind of has like these kind of fruits. You can make circles, semicircles, and they also have little prints on them as well. So you can have kind of like lettering there. So you can do kind of some quick
those
messages.
are really beautiful.
Yeah, so definitely check those out if you're looking for a different thing to do with Lego, because I'm kind of running out of real estate. So having them on the side of my ears would be really fun too, right?
That's great.
Yeah, so you can print them in all sorts of different colors, and then we have some guidelines on how to design your own in Fusion 360 or any other CAD package.
And for people who missed it, these specific headphones are from Apple?
Yeah, these are the Apple AirPod MAX headphones. I think they only have one model of them, so this is whatever model.
One model, one size, so it's easy to make one standard for your accessories, right?
Yeah, I think it's like one size fits all. They got this nice kind of swivel thing going on here, which is really nice.
Cool.
Very fancy, right? But yeah, it's fun. So if you are looking for a project with NinjaFlex or Lego stuff, check this out. We have all the files and some guidelines that goes in.
Terrific. Well, thanks for bringing those on. They look beautiful. I love it. And now I'm really interested in checking out that Lego dots system, because those are
they're definitely cool. Look for them on Walmart. I've seen them. They're on clearance sometimes. So that's a little tip for everybody. Yeah, get them on clearance. Don't pay full price.
Yep. Excellent. Thanks, Noe.
All right, buddy. Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. And next up we have PhilB, Paint Your Dragon.
Hey, greets. Boy, I was so excited for that headphone project. I saw it coming, because we kind of work together. I was looking forward to designing something. So I grabbed the files yesterday, and just by luck, like last week, there was a sale on the headphones and I had to go get it. They're pretty amazing. But anyway, I was thinking about music and like how you kind of like, if you could show everyone what you're listening to. And like every band has a logo, and it's like, well, you could just put a sticker on there, but that's not like 3D printing worthy, It's like, what's something that's uniquely got to be 3D? Is there some music icon that only
artifact of some kind that's associated?
Yes, that only works in 3 dimensions.
Yeah. These are amazing.
So I got to take these off because the noise cancellation is so good. I put these on. I can
funny. Oh, those are so great.
So this was a pretty hasty first try. I'll come up with something more refined.
Oh, that's great.
But I like this idea. It's like, this is something that it can't be a sticker. It has to be in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
And now everybody knows what you're listening to.
Yeah,
right?
It's got to be some Devo. And for people who aren't familiar, these have some specific name, right? They're not just the Devo.
The Energy Dome. Yes.
The Energy Domes.
Yes. Yeah. They wear them as hats when they're performing. And I'm so persnickety. There's like, it's not just a 4-layer cake with straight edges. There's a certain draft angle.
Yeah.
That I can't do this on camera.
Yeah.
But I was very careful to get the proportions
Yeah.
keys to match this. So I'll refine the model a bit, and I'll put it up on, I don't know, Thingiverse or something at some point. But
That's great.
Oh, I had another idea. I haven't done this yet because I'm crappy at 3D modeling. Like, suppose you're a John Williams fan.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, film and orchestral music, was to do Princess Leia buns.
Oh my gosh, yes.
that would be another thematic, only works in 3D design.
Yep. Oh, that's a good one. If people have comments in the chat, I'd love to know what other very specifically one band or even one song oriented 3D objects that could be printed.
Yeah, not a sticker designs.
Yeah, has to be dimensional. All right, I'll think on that. Those are great. Love them. Have you gone out with them yet?
I have not. No, I just finished printing these like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, I love it. Those were really great. Nicely done. Thanks for bringing those on.
Yep.
Bye-bye. All right. And that was just terrific. I love that. I want to get some of those headphones just for that. But next up, we have America's favorite bot, todbot. Hey.
Yeah, the PhilB.Devo things are making me want to actually get those AirPod Maxes now. That's like the first thing.
Pretty great.
So I want to show off. I've been playing around with displays in CircuitPython again, and here's one of these little cheapy I2C displays that you've probably seen on Amazon or whatever, and it's hooked up directly to a QT.Py, like it's just soldered straight down.
Okay.
And if you know QT.Pys, you look at them and you go, wait a minute, there we go. The power pins of the display will line up, but the I2C lines up with the SPI. So how are you doing this?
Yeah, what the heck?
It turns out that on a lot of the modern processors that CircuitPython supports, like the ESP32 series and the NRF52840 Bluetooth chip, and to a lesser extent the RP2040, you can sort of just pick any pins you want to be the functions for things like I2C and SPI, and that's amazing. Like I grew up.
There's no hardware reason that the thing that's listed on the silk screen has to be the thing that's listed on the silk screen.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, I mean, if you grew up with Arduino, you knew that, like, okay, those are the serial pins, and you can't change that. And you've got the 6 PWM pins that can do analog write, and those are the only ones you could do. But like on these modern chips, it's sort of like they're just a little config that says which pin does what function.
Yeah, these are no rules. These are suggestions now, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And so you can do things like this, which is, just kind of hook it up.
That's great.
So that's one thing. The other thing I've been working on is that, did you know that you can have multiple displays in CircuitPython?
What?
And it's like, so one way is this, which is you just hook up 2 displays in parallel. And it turns out that works.
Uh-huh.
But you see, the problem here is that each display is displaying the same thing.
Yeah.
But if that's a use case for you, if that works, then like maybe you're making a 2-sided thing, you could have 2 displays and it would just work. This is SPI. These are these little cool round displays. But then I was playing around because there is an example of a CircuitPython device that has 2 displays. It's the Monster Mask. And that did have a sort of a special sort of cutout for just doing 2 displays. Mm-hmm. But a while back, they sort of generalized it. So it's basically just a variable in the compile for the config for the board when you're compiling CircuitPython. And so you can just change that value and recompile your own CircuitPython.
Yeah.
And so I made these crazy little eyes that animate around independently.
That's great. So now you have 2 separate. You're not just sending the same data to
exactly. If you notice, each eye is sort of like aimlessly wandering in different directions.
That looks great.
And you can choose all the different options. You can have like these are SPI displays. So you can have like one SPI display and one SPI bus and multiple displays, which is what is going on here. Uh-huh. Or we can have using that trick I just showed you, you can have multiple SPI buses and multiple displays to get like the maximum bandwidth per display.
Right.
And so you can do that on, like, say the RP2040. Uh-huh. But yeah, it's a pretty cool effect. And this is on a QT.Py. This is on the QT.Py ESP32S3, I think. Uh-huh. Which means this could be Wi-Fi enabled.
Ooh, yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, so that's the three things I was wanting to show off.
Great display stuff. Yeah, very cool. And so you said, what's the current limit you're finding with the number of displays you can throw on?
It looks, I mean, there doesn't appear to be a hard limit in the code from what I can tell. Okay. I've gotten 3 displays to work great. I was wanting to get 4 displays to work because I was going to wire up 4 of these little cheap displays to make like a little clock with like 1 display per digit. Oh, but for some reason it was crashing on the 4th display, which is kind of a bummer. Okay. But the cool thing is that when you Control C this to get the REPL, the REPL shows up on both displays.
That's great.
And this might be the reason why it kind of has a problem with multiple displays, like beyond 3 displays. But anyway.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I really love that. I love these little round displays too. There's just something really nice about the
Yeah, so I'm going to do something with this. I don't know what yet, but you know, it's going to be made into a project.
Yeah. If people want to look at any code examples or info about compiling for this use case, is that info that you've put up somewhere or you're finding in some of the docs on Cutler.python?
Yeah, I've got this up in gists and tweets and stuff because the compilation is a little bit weird. It's not like hard, but just like there's some details you need to know. Yep. PhilB has actually a pretty good guide on how to do it all. But but for myself, I'm gonna make a blog post that's like, here's the steps you need to do. Here's the steps you need to do to go from like setting up your checkout of CircuitPython to getting a UF2 file you can dump onto a computer or onto a microcontroller. And so that'll be up in like a couple days. But yeah, display CircuitPython. It's so easy.
Really cool. Thank you, and creepy.
Yes, thank you.
Bye. All right, next up we've got Paul Cutler joining us.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. Welcome.
Since we're on the topic of music, I've got a music project I've been working on.
Ooh, yeah.
Let me share my screen for a second.
Sure thing.
So I have a website that I built in Python, and it integrates with discogs.com, which is a catalog of music, and I put my collection in there. And I can come to my website and hit random, and it'll show me an album to play at random. But then...
Well, do you have a screen share that you've added?
Oh, I tried.
Did it not? Sometimes you'll see a Chrome pop-up that says that it wants permissions and restarts and things. Oh, no, it worked there.
Okay, so here's my website. And you can see the Queen album, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, so it chose Queen's Sheer Heart Attack at random for me. And let me share my camera, if I can figure out how to change cameras. But I have a PyPortal, and that exact album is displayed on the PyPortal. Mm-hmm. So my website sends a message via MQTT, and it pulls the image down, changes it to a bitmap, and then it shows on my PyPortal. But I can't figure out how to change my camera right now. But that's the basic project.
Terrific. Can you pop it up just in front of this webcam while we see it?
I should have thought of that.
There we are. Yeah.
It's hard with the light.
Yes, always is. So that the player you're using that's spawning all of the info about what's being what, how are you triggering the sort of here's what I'm listening to so the rest of the process knows what to play?
Yeah, so I built a website in Python with Fast API, and when it does the GET request, when I hit the random button, it also triggers an MQTT message that the PyPortal is monitoring for. Mm-hmm. And as soon as it gets that message, the website already has converted the image to a bitmap on my web server. Uh-huh. So the PyPortal just downloads it right to the web server and then displays it. So that's kind of fun.
That's terrific. And I always ask this question, but if people want to learn more, do you have that up on a website that you can maybe share on the Discord or just say it out loud if it's something?
Absolutely. It's in my GitHub. I'll put the link in the Discord.
Super. Great. Thank you so much. Very cool project, Paul.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. All right. And let's see. It looks like we may have one more person joining us. John. Let's see if you're still here. Yeah, there you go. John.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Thanks. What's new?
Not much. This is my first time calling in. So
thanks
nice
for
to meet
joining
you,
us.
John.
Yeah, very great to meet you.
My project isn't very exciting to see, but So for a while, I've been trying to figure out how to do some offsite backups without having to upload my data to Amazon or Google or whatever. I don't want to do that. But one solution I came up with is I've made this kind of keychain holder, and I'm not very good with my camera. But you can see here that I've got a USB port here. When I go and hang up my keys, plug it in, and plug it in there. And so when I hang it up at night, I plug it in and I can back up stuff overnight. And then when I take it in the morning, unplug it and take it with me.
Oh, that's
my data
great.
On my keys, right?
Yeah. So you have a network in your house that's sending data you want to back up to your keychain holder, and it's backing it up onto that thumb drive. That's the direction things are going.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
should probably finish this up. It's based off an Omega 2. That's my Wi-Fi chip I'm using. Not as exciting as the Raspberry Pi that everybody loves, but I chose it. But I chose it because I wanted to be able to put the USB port on the front here, right, instead of like off of this side. But yeah. And then another cool thing, because you lose your keys all the time, somebody steals your USB drive. I actually used is it OpenBux? I can't even remember what it's called, but it creates an encrypted container on there.
Oh, okay. So your backup, you can lose that drive safely. You'll just get another one. Yeah.
Yep, it gets lost. They try and figure out what's on it, and you're out of USB drive. They don't have all your data. So
that's really cool. I love that. I love the keychain idea. It seems like it's the most likely way to actually make it happen every night instead of like having to remember to go to the office and plug a thing in. So really smart, really cool.
Super useful.
If people want to learn more, have you posted any other details out there on the internet?
Yeah. So I've got a GitHub page that walks through setting it up. It's got all of the board files, my sweet 3D printed case.
Great.
All the software I'm using to do it. So yeah.
And your username that's displayed there, is that the GitHub that they can look for? Think, Learn, Do One.
That's my Twitter handle, but it is Think, Learn, Do on GitHub. I'll paste a link to it in the chat. So.
Great, really clever project. I love it. Thanks for sharing that, John, and nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thanks for letting me talk about it. So
sure thing. Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, well, that is going to do it for our show and tell for the night. Thanks, everyone, for bringing on your very cool projects. Great to see those. Tonight, there will not be an Ask an Engineer. That is actually going to happen tomorrow night, so a little shift in plans there. And then it'll be back to normal next week. I do have my workshop show tomorrow in the afternoon, so come on by for that. It's 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Ask an Engineer should be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, unless something has changed. But check our Discord for info on that, or our blog. And that's going to do it. So thank you, everyone, for stopping by for Adafruit Industries. This has been Show and Tell with all of you and me, John Park. See you next time. Bye-bye.